And we're back with some more Mount Blade Warband. And today we're just having a quick stop in at the start to check where we are at, because we've been running around doing an awful lot of stuff on the sides, and you'll notice we bought a whole bunch of enterprises about the place, mostly dye works. We did pick up one tannery at Jelcala because they can't support a dye works. Anyway, we're pulling in about 6,600 from all of these industries now, and a couple more still have to come online. So we're doing quite well on the money front. However, we still have no money because we're spending it all on buying more businesses. Because there's about 22 towns, 2022, something like that. So until we have one in every single one of them, we're not stopping. Now, if we check and save as, we can see we have been in-game days, 205 in-game days have passed, which is pretty nice. We've done an awful lot of stuff in the last 205 days in-game. But I think we're going to be skipping forward a bit more because this is just more running around and killing. As for our party, there's no major changes. Oh, someone got a nice shiny new helmet. By and large, most of our stuff is just not too great just yet. We're still saving up all our money and putting it into businesses. Once we've hammered at the businesses, then we'll start investing in armor. So, forward skip time. When you do end up in one of those annoyingly fair fights, a good thing to do is get everyone, tell them to follow you, and spread out a couple of times. And then once you've got them up to a pace, then let them loose. Then it kind of causes them to charge properly into everyone. Oh, sorry. Oops, sorry. Not really sorry. And there we go. We're outnumbered quite heavily here, as you can see, but I think we'll probably be okay. Oh, look, there's an archer. Oh, there was an archer. God damn, this game is so much fun. Never mind. I'll just skip this forward a bit. We got attacked by 90 sea raiders. Little bit awkward. After much more running around, I have no idea actually how many hours I've sunk into this at this point. We've finally managed to get to the point where is it? Your weekly budget. We've got a business in every single town, all of them. Now, bear in mind, there's 20 places. Each one we put about 10 grand into, so we just spent about 200 grand of dinars just building all of these up. It's going to take a while for them to pay themselves back. Was it in a change? I think we pull in about, we're going to pull in about 10 grand a week. So 140 days? Yeah, 140 days from now, this will, in-game days, this will have paid for itself. However, you need this later on for when you're running an army, especially when you start going to war. When you go to war, some of these will get shut down depending on which side you're at war with, and you won't be pulling in as much money, and this basically just keeps you alive in the background. Now, I am not going to have enough time to get to taking over castles and stuff today. We still have to get everyone equipped up. Let me just cover some of the things that will catch you when you're playing this game, sort of how it's supposed to be played and how you end up playing it. When you first start up the game and you're weak and you don't have any resources, you're going to try and, well, do what normal people do in these games and grind out some quests. So let's just go straight to a walk around the streets here, and we should be able to go find the quest giver. The quest giver is usually the guild master in towns. You can do village quests, but honestly they're terrible. There's 3 village quests you can get. The payout is pointless. It's usually more to gain reputation, and even that, never mind. Let's just do this one. Do you happen to have a job for me? Caravan, blah 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 blah. Yeah, they basically want you to escort a caravan, and you will earn 193 dinars. No, you need at least 11 strong to offer them protection. If you had 11 strong people and you could actually protect a caravan, you're better off just killing stuff to get the money. If you go and wipe out some bandits, you'll get more than 193 dinars for the cost and effort put in. So the problem with all these quests is they're just not really worth the time and effort you put in. For example, there's another one you can get where you get a transport quest to say grab 10 pieces of wine or ale or something like that and drag it from one part of the map to the other. However, that takes up so much weight that if you tried to carry it without having a bunch of horses in your inventory... Oh, actually I should cover that. If you have horses in your inventory, it increases your movement speed, but only if you're carrying weight. For example, this wine has a weight of 30. The food, the salt, all of this has a weight value, and the more weight you add to your inventory, the slower your party will move. Putting mule horses in here to help you will speed you along. I did a thread on this a really long time ago. But let's just say you're carrying about 1,000 weight, which is a whole bunch of tools, let's say. If you're carrying 1,000 weight and you don't have any pack horses with you and it's just you'll travel at a speed of about 5.4 on the world map. Now, bearing in mind this is a long time ago, this is tested. But if you had, say, 6 pack animals in there, you'll move at 11.5 speed. So having those extra carry animals in there is essential if you're trading. However, if you're given a quest by the guildmaster to carry, say, 10 stacks of wine from over here to over here somewhere, you've got to carry through a whole bunch of territory that's going to have bandits and could have a whole bunch of deserters and things like that roaming around the place. That's not going to go well for you unless you have an awful lot of horses in your inventory, or 3 to 4 horses at least in your inventory to counteract the carry weight. If you've already got that many horses in your inventory to help with the carry weight, just start trading. It'll give you more money. You only get about 100 dinars for doing the trip anyway, so why would you bother? It's just that all the quests, the prerequisites for doing them, or having the necessary troops, equipment, and all that to do it, would usually mean you'd be better off just trading or killing bandits yourself, which sort of defeats the purpose, I suppose. These easy quests are supposed to be there early game to get you into doing, to level up until you can start killing people, but you just sort of can early on as long as you're willing to do some recruits. And this all comes down to how easy it is to gain recruits. You can just pop up to a village here and let's just do a recruit volunteers. Oh, okay, we got one. But you can do this by running around to a few villages, and they only cost you a tiny amount of money. And then by the time you're finished, if you go into your party screen here, these Kurgan Lancers have a weekly wage of 36 dinars, and they're just incredibly powerful at killing just about any bandits you could imagine. And you can use these to just farm lots and lots of money. It's so quick and easy to get into it that all the other quest types are pretty much made moot, meaning you don't even need to do them. Never mind the prisoner trading, which you can get about 70 to 120 for every prisoner. It's just, no, all the quests and all that don't make sense, which is why, I don't know, the game's Metacritic score I think is about 86. It probably could have done a lot better. It's just the quests were so weak and the killing was so strong that the quest kind of got lost. Another odd feature that it makes almost no sense as well is there is a timer on quests, or well, there used to be. I don't know if they've changed it since. So you could go around here, you find the village elder, and he'll have a quest for you too, so you can increase your reputation with them. Do you have any tasks I can help you with? Yeah, our pastures are empty. Bring a few head of cattle. Another one's bring some grain, and there's a third one. I can't even remember what it is. But there's timers built into all of these, or at least there used to be. I think it was about 30 to 45 days depending on the quest. And there's only 3 quests, which means if you do all 3 quests really quickly in succession, every single village on the map will not be able to offer you a quest for about 30 days. So you can only raise your reputation a little bit, and you can only do quests in a certain time frame. The only quests I can find that don't have a timer attached to them is, where is this? Anything to do with bandit lairs. Once a bandit lair appears, the quest for it usually spawns with the person beside it, though. The king here owns this place, which makes it sort of confusing. Let's just do this one over here, Amrahad. If you can wipe out the bandit lair here, I've actually wiped out a bandit lair, and then on my way back to claim the reward, I ran straight through another bandit lair. It just instantly respawned. I don't know, it's not always that fast, but generally you can get it once a week. You can at least farm these quests, and they're worth about 1,500 and a bunch of reputation and, what was it? Honor. That was it. You also gain honor and experience. You can plop into your character report here, and actually it's listed up here. Character renown 427, honor rating 17, party morale, party size. But what we're interested in here is your renown and your honor. Honor is less important. It's more how other lords will perceive you. The more honorable you are, the honorable lords will like you. Character renown, though, is quite useful because that helps you with party size. Your party size is determined by plus 30 at base, how much leadership point, how much charisma you have, and how much renown you have. The more renown you have, the larger you can get your party size. This becomes more important as the game goes on because you're going to want a bigger and bigger army. Getting up to, say, 100, 120 people would be preferable, and getting lots of renown is usually a good way to achieve that. What I like to do to grind out renown, once we've done a few more things, what we are going to do is we're going to get our pawn up to a good level, and then we're going to level up all of these people and give them great armor, like plate mail, helmets, all the best equipment. Then we're going to disband our Kurgan Lancers, and using just this small team, we're going to take on bandits groups much larger than us. But because we're well equipped, we should be able to take them down. This will simultaneously level our people and grind us up an awful lot of renown, which means we can, when we're finished with all of that and we've got our team up to scratch, we can host a lot more army size. But that will be later. One other weird quirk of the game is it's going to heavily encourage you to join a faction. Swear vassalage to someone. Say, find the king, go up to them and say, hey, I'd like to join your side. The problem with that is, oh god, when you join them, the first thing to do is they're going to give you a village. The problem with that is the village is the worst village they're going to have. It'll probably generate about 100 to 150 dinars a week. Honestly, that's pathetic. It's not even worth protecting. It also comes with a bunch of, you can upgrade your villages. Also not worth it. The amount of money you can get from them will cost you so much. It will take years for it to pay itself back. And in the meantime, the village will get raided. It's not worth it. In fact, swearing vassalage to someone means you're probably going to get involved in one of their wars, which means you're going to be unable to travel into certain areas of the map because you're at war with someone. Vassalage is just, don't do it. It actually reduces my enjoyment of the game, to be honest. And the game will heavily push you that way, but it's far, far, far more efficient to just raid bandits and trade. That generates you far more money. And there is a time limit on this game, even though it doesn't show it to you. For example, you'll notice that Swadia is pretty much gone. They've got a castle over here and a castle over there, and all of their territories have been taken over by either, well, a whole bunch of different factions. They get swamped because they're in the middle and they end up at war with all the people on the outside. And eventually, someone will take over. Normally, someone will eventually just swamp the whole place, and then you only have one side you'll be facing. And if you want to take over the whole map, you want to get quickly to taking them out. So you can't leave it too long, or otherwise you're just going to be fighting one monolithic side, and then trying to start your own empire is going to be very, very difficult. I know it sounds a bit like I'm dunking on the game, but honestly, I really do enjoy the game and I really like it. It's just the way the game pushes you is not really an efficient way to play the game. I think that kind of resulted in it not maybe getting the mainstream hold it should have had. If you had never played this game before and you don't go online and look up any guides or anything like that, what you will end up doing is doing all the things I said were just very inefficient. You'll end up doing quests that are just terrible. You'll end up joining a side for vassalage, and then you'll probably join a war party. Oh, cool, it's a war party. And then the war party will wander somewhere, hang around for a week, do nothing, and then go back home. And you get paid so little, it's actually costing you money to be there. It will get very frustrating, let's just say. Knowing to raid and trade makes this game, well, it opens things up for a lot more killing. Anyway, I have put in way too much time into this game, and I know we didn't get an awful lot of footage out of it, so I'll stick in a little bit of a kill montage in the credits for you, for those of you who stuck around. Next week, we're going to be going back onto RimWorld. I've had my 2-week vacation from RimWorld, and now I got to get back to the stress. Well, actually, it won't be nearly as stressful now that we finished the last playthrough. So it's going to be a little bit of delay in finishing the last episode out in this. I want to grind up these, and I will do an episode on it, but it'll probably take me a week or two to get the final episode out. I was hoping to get it done today, but there was just too much grinding and too much killing. Actually, let's have a quick look at the stats on our character. If you go into the character page, there's this statistics button down the bottom left, and it tells you exactly how many troops you've killed, the number you've injured, and the number of friendly troops you've wounded as well. So this person's, damn, 500? That's... Yep, 500 already, and we have not even been trying just yet. We've been actually trying to actively avoid combat. Okay then. Anyway, I'm going to cut this out here. Thank you for following me down this slightly weird rabbit hole. I know this is an old game, but I just wanted to do something a little bit lighthearted that I already knew all the mechanics for, so I didn't have to do too much research. Something that my brain relax. And then I ended up spending, of course, way too much time doing it anyway, which was the complete opposite intention. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.